Okay, so welcome. We'll be doing about a 60-minute flow practice. Have any props that you'd like nearby. And we are continuing with Foundations of Flow for the month of September, and this is number 2. Our focus for our practice this morning is going to be on the group of postures with the hips oriented forward. And as you get to know your yoga poses in a more familiar nature, you'll notice that in some, the body is oriented in a very similar pattern. And we can very easily transition and flow through those postures because you can maintain that orientation, and practicing them in sequence can oftentimes help you understand the orientation of your hips and your feet in a stronger manner by repeating that pattern and finding that same shape and throughout the postures. So today we're going to be building that around Virabhadrasana 1, which is the main standing pose that's featured in the Surya Namaskar B variation. So as we're going to work it in a ladder flow, which means we'll add on a pose, hold it for a little bit, and then repeat. And every time we add on a new pose, we'll hold the new pose longer, but then do shorter one breath movements, working back down the ladder from where we started. Okay, so that's where we're heading today. We'll begin by finding a nice comfortable seat, either in Sukhasana, ankles crossed under the knees, Sukhasana or Siddhasana, heels in towards the groin, half lotus if you prefer. So find that tall, comfortable seat. Rest the palms on the legs. If you'd like, you can take a mudra, taking the tip of the thumb and the tip of the forefinger together. Allow the eyes to drop closed. And as you allow yourself to arrive for your practice this morning, just begin to take that internal check of the flow of your breath. Always beginning to mindfully lengthen your inhalation in through your nose. And just for these first few rounds, allow a full deep sighing exhale through the mouth. Every inhale lifts the spine taller. Every exhalation, keep the height through the spine, but sigh the breath out. Just let it go of anything that you don't need to have with you for this next hour on your mat. Inhale through the nose. And last time, sigh the breath out through the mouth. Beginning to transition into your Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhale through the nose. And this time with mouth closed, exhale through the nose, making that slight constriction at the back of your throat, as if you're sighing the breath out with the mouth closed. Continue at that pace, trying to lengthen your inhalation and find an even length as you exhale back out through the nose. We'll use our breath both as a metronome for our practice. Our movement will follow our breath through our practice this morning. And it will fuel our practice. The prana translated, pranayama is control of your breath, and prana is considered your life force. So how are you controlling the thing that brings you life and brings life into your asana, into your actions, both on and off the mat? It's a nice, smooth, even inhalation. Guide us through nice, smooth, even, skillful flow through our asana. On your next inhale, draw your hands together in front of your heart. Pause to set an intention for your practice. Maybe let your focus be on how even and smooth Can I match my breath to the temperament of my mind, the temperament of my body, moving skillfully? If you'd like to join me with one Om, inhale deeply for Om. And slowly bow your head towards your fingertips. Softly allow the eyes to open. And then go ahead and transition into tabletop, please. And set any props aside. Spread the fingers wide. Ground down through the base, the index finger and thumb. If you want, you can slightly dial the hands outwards, turning the eyes of your elbows to face forward. Press down evenly through the arms. Inhale, let the belly hang, lift the chin. Exhale through the nose, let the head be heavy, gaze turns towards the navel. Cat pose, stretch through the upper back. Inhale, lift the chin, belly hangs, arms stay strong and engaged. Exhale, arch and round the back, gaze towards the navel, and really expand through the upper back in that cat stretch. Inhale, lift the chin, look up. Exhale, lengthen tailbone down, belly draws in and up as you press the floor away. Inhale, lift the chin. Gaze turns up. Exhale, press the floor away, cat pose, arch through the upper back. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, arch and round. Inhale to tabletop, tuck the toes, lift up and back. Find your way into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And as you come into downward facing dog, bend the knees one at a time. Stretch through the calves. Just keeping your awareness, your attention there. And then take a look at your feet. Check to see that they're about hip width distance apart. So if our feet are too close together, it changes our ability to kind of rotate those inner thighs in and back. So give yourself space for that action to happen. Keep the feet hip width distance apart. Notice the balance of the weight in your feet, that you're grounding down evenly through base of the big toe and the pinky side of your foot too, that outer edge. Try to find an evenness in the feet. Draw up on the quadriceps, low belly draws in, head and neck relaxed. Arms are straight, pushing the floor away. A little bit of grippiness into the pads of the fingers. From Adho Mukha Svanasana, inhale, rock forward to plank pose. Feel the reach of the heels back. Low belly draws in, back of the neck long. So you're not dropping your head down. Our gaze is not towards our navel, but keeping the back of the neck even with the spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forward to plank. Exhale, draw the low belly in. Inhale, one more time in plank. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Pause in your plank pose. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Full inhale here. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Inhale, plank. Exhale, low belly draws in. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale here. Exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Just a little bit of early awareness, waking up big muscles in our body. Inhale, rock forward to plank. Shift the knees forward, or shift the toes forward, drop the knees. Modified chaturanga as you lower all the way down to your belly. Take the toes flat. Fingertips reach towards the toes, Shalabhasana. Inhale, fingertips are reaching towards the toes. You can keep the toes grounded or begin to lift the toes up, big toes touching towards each other. Keep the back of the neck long. Hands can stay separate, Or interlace the fingers together, frame the index, reach back. Inhale here. Exhale, fingertips in line with the chest. Inhale, press through the palms, Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Full inhalation here. Exhale, lower the chest down. 2 more Cobra poses, please. Inhale, press through the palms, lift the chest. Pelvis stays grounded. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, Cobra. Press through the palms. And then exhale, sit back towards the heels. Rest for a moment and child's pose, Balasana. Big toes touching. Knees can be slightly apart or together. Remember, if at any point in practice you would like to take rest, always come back to this position. From child's pose, inhale, cut back through tabletop, downward facing dog. Just for 1 breath. As you exhale, keep the palms flat on the ground. Walk the feet all the way forward to the top edge of your mat. Soft bend in the knees, slowly roll up. Come to Tadasana, mountain pose. Beginning with Surya Namaskar A. Settle yourself in mountain pose, feet are hip width distance apart. Collarbones spread wide, palms are facing forward, chin slightly tucked. Whole body strong, standing firm. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the gaze, Urdhva Hastasana, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward with a flat back, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, spine long. Exhale, palms down, take a large right step and left step to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, toes forward, knee down or straight leg chaturanga all the way to the floor. Inhale, Bhujangasana for the first round. Exhale, sit back towards the heels, tuck the toes up and back, downward facing dog. In down dog, reassert the press through the palms and straighten out through the arms. Inner heels reach down, low belly draws in. On your next inhalation, turn your gaze forward, take a large right step and left step forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up, spine long. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, strong legs, flat back, reach up, gaze lifts. Exhale, hands through prayer, mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms, lift the gaze, find length. Exhale, fold forward, flat back. Inhale, halfway up, fingertips to shins. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, step to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga, either straight leg or bent knees. Inhale, roll to upward facing dog, tops of the feet, palms pressed down, collarbones spread wide. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maintain your Ujjayi breath, in and out through the nose. Breath feeding the energy and the life of your poses. Mind stays soft and settled, even as the body begins to warm up. On your next inhale, look forward. Exhale, step the left foot and the right foot. Inhale, halfway up, spine long. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms out, reach up, gaze lifts. Exhale, hands through prayer. Inhale, circle and reach. Exhale, fold forward, chest to thighs. Inhale, halfway up, spine long. Exhale, palms down. Step the right foot and left foot to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga, low plank position. Inhale, press into upward facing dog. Press into the tops of the feet, thighs are engaged. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Check the position of your feet. Still maintaining hip width distance. Again, trying to balance out the weight in your feet a little bit. And I'm talking about that a little bit more because it's going to be one of our challenges in our standing series, I think. On your next inhale, look forward between your hands. Take a large right step and left step forward. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, arms reach out, lengthen and lift. Exhale, hands to prayer. One more, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward, chest to thighs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, palms down, step to plank and lower. If it is in a safe environment, you may jump back to chaturanga and hold. Inhale, lift into upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. You can maintain those options of jumping back to chaturanga or stepping to plank and lower. I don't typically recommend jumping to plank for a variety of reasons that maybe we can get into another time. So if you're going to practice jumping back, jump to chaturanga. And if you're going to work through plank, step to plank lower, okay? So always understand your options and take what's best for you. On your next inhale, look forward between your hands, step or bend the knees, float the feet forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, arms to the side, flat back, reach up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Moving on to Surya Namaskar B. Step the feet fully together. Inhale, bend the knees. Lift the palms up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Gazes between the palms, arms are reaching straight. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, spine long. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, step to plank and lower, or jump to chaturanga and hold. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down. Virabhadrasana 1, inhale, arms lift. Gaze can be forward or lifted up into the space between the hands. Exhale, palms down, step to plank, lower on the same exhalation. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, gaze lifts. Exhale, palms down to the mat. Inhale, plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, and pause here. Normally when you come back to down dog in Surya Namaskar B, it's always for 5 cycles of breath. Sometimes our breath is moving more quickly. Try to always return to those lengthened inhales and exhales. Okay. On your next inhale, look forward. As you exhale, jump forward, step. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold, feet fully together. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms, Utkatasana. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach the palms up. Oh, sorry. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, spine long. Exhale, palms down, step to plank and lower. Jump to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down. Arms rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, palms down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down. Inhale, arms rise up, palms are turned towards one another, Vira 1. Exhale, palms down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog for 5. Check your feet. Check the reach through the hands. Even grounding through the palms. Evenness through the feet. Reach and lengthen through the arms. The low belly draws in. And we find that even, steady rhythm of our breath. On your next inhale, look forward. On an exhale, walk or hop. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, straighten the legs, chest to thighs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, spine long. Exhale, palms down, step to plank or jump to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, palms touch. Exhale, fingertips down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, palms down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You feel like you're tempted to breathe through your mouth. You can always release extra heat using lion's breath, exhaling through the mouth. Inhale fully in. Exhale, stick out your tongue out through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale, release heat through the mouth if you choose to. On your next inhalation, look forward between your hands, bend your knees, walk or hop. Inhale, halfway up. Then exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. So we are hopefully nicely warmed up. We are going to be working into our ladder pose now, building more off of Vira 1. Okay. We won't do a vinyasa between every side, but we will between each round as we add on more postures. So inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the palms, step to plank and lower. Jump to chaturanga and hold. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, right foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, just come up to warrior 1. For this first pose, we are going to hold warrior 1 where we haven't been doing that before. And I want you to start working this pose from the ground up. And you guys know that I like talking alignment, but there are some different schools of thought from yoga teachers on warrior 1 alignment. If you go to Iyengar, the alignment is heel to heel. So you want an imaginary line, right heel all the way back to your left heel. And that back foot is turned in, they say anywhere from 45 to 60 degrees. So the left toes, the left foot should not be parallel with the back edge of your mat. Turn the left foot so it's pointing to the left corner of your mat. Now, from that position, we're told to square the hips forward. And the way that my teacher, several of my teachers, are now recommending to take more of a railroad track approach where your right heel is actually running more parallel to the right, slightly to that right line of your back foot. Okay, and I know we've been here for a little while. We're going to do this on the same side as well, but experiment with it. You get to choose if you want to have that heel to heel or that more railroad track approach. You need to experiment that with your body, find what works best for you. And after you find that, then you can begin to think about right hip back, left hip forward. Try to take that front thigh towards parallel. You might need to take a slightly broader stance. And when we turn our attention from our foundation up, you'll notice in warrior 1, we've got a little bit of a back bend in the upper body here, okay? You wanna try to not take that straight from the low back, but think about lifting and expanding the chest up, bend a little bit deeper into your foundation. If the arms and the elbows can stay straight while the palms touch, bring the palms to touch if the arms can go straight. If they're still bending a lot at the elbows as you reach up, keep the hands shoulder width distance, okay? One more inhale here. Exhale, release the fingertips down. Step back to downward facing dog, please. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Again, as we come into Virabhadrasana 1, I want you to start off with that heel to heel alignment, okay? So nice broad stance, trying to work the front thigh parallel. And after you take that, see how that feels in your body. Back foot is your right foot behind you, is pointing towards the top right-hand corner of your mat, okay? So see that, how that feels as you try to wrap the right hip forward, left hip back. And then I will invite you to try that railroad track alignment. And that's gonna, in my own body, it gives me more space to wrap and turn the right hip forward and then sink a little bit deeper. Now with our arms, we wanna try to take the bend out of our elbows if you can. So energize through the elbows, reach through the fingers, begin to lift the upper chest. And if you can keep the arms straight and touch the palms and lift the gaze towards the thumb. Exhale, release the fingertips down and step to downward facing dog, please. From here, invitation to take the vinyasa. Inhale to plank, exhale chaturanga, inhale upward facing dog, exhale downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, warrior 1. Adding on, exhale, hands release behind you, fingers interlace, chest lifts, find that back bend in the upper back, and then exhale, fold forward to the inside of the right leg. Crown of the head is reaching towards the floor, knuckles reach up towards the sky, big stretch in the shoulders. Keep grounding down through the outside edge of the left foot. Keep that right foot pressing down, right knee hugging into the midline here. One more full inhalation. Exhale, release the palms. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Palms touch or palms apart. Exhale, release the fingertips behind you. Inhale, interlace the fingers, stretch the knuckles down to the inside of the right leg. Exhale, fold forward, humble warrior or Baddha Virabhadrasana. Crown of the head is reaching towards the floor. Knuckles lift up towards the ceiling. Keep turning that, drawing the left hip back, the right hip forward. One more inhalation here. Exhale, release the fingertips. From here, you can take the vinyasa or come to downward facing dog. So if you're taking the vinyasa, step to plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adding on to our ladder, inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, release the fingertips. Inhale, fingers interlace, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward, humble warrior. Inhale, release the fingers, turn the ball of the back foot. Coming into high lunge here. So our foot has been down, but now we are coming just into a high lunge with that back heel lifted. Continue to work that right thigh parallel with the front edge of the mat. Press through the left heel. Lift the hip points up. Find a little bit of that back bending motion in the upper spine. And palms can stay separate here, but I want the palms facing each other. And don't let your fingers drop out of the game. Keep them energized and reaching up. One more inhalation. Exhale, fingertips down to the mat, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, fingers interlace behind you. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward, humble warrior, Baddha Virabhadrasana. Inhale, rise up as you release the fingers, turn and lift the back heel, coming into your high lunge here. So pelvis is still staying forward. Begin to press through the right heel, trying to work that right leg straight. Drop down, take the left thigh, more parallel with the mat. Fingertips are reaching up, straighten through the elbows. Keep the fingers happy and energized. Remember to breathe. And then exhale, release the fingertips down to the floor. Vinyasa or downward facing dog. So either down dog or plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, fingertips release behind you. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward, knuckles up, head down. Inhale, release the fingers, lift the heel, high lunge. Now from here, we are going to transition into warrior three. So exhale, release your hands to your heart. Take the chest forward, take a half step, re-square through the hips, and then with your gaze fixed, begin to lift and reach through the left heel behind you. Keep the collarbone spreading wide to energize the backside of your body. Good. Keep even weight through the feet. Try to keep the hip points square. Maybe release the fingertips behind you. Maybe cactus arms. Maybe reach them forward. And then begin to reach back, palms down, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, Vira one. Exhale, fingertips behind you. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, humble warrior, crown of the head down, knuckles up. Inhale, release the hands, lift the back heel, high lunge. Exhale, hands to your heart. Begin to take the chest forward, preparing yourself to come to warrior three. Vira three, take that small half step forward, re-square through the hips, pick your drishti, flex the right foot, reach through the right heel. Begin to square the hips as much as possible. Don't let the right hip lift up too much. You would want to be able to balance a block or a plate on the back of your pelvis there. Hands can stay at the heart. Keep the muscles on the back body engaged, shoulder blades together. Maybe cactus arms, airplane arms. Maybe reach the hands forward and then exhale, palms down, down dog, or take your vinyasa, flow through, your choice. Building on the rings of our ladder. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale, right foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fingertips interlace. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the back heel. Arms release, warrior or high lunge. Exhale, hands to prayer. Prepare, Vira three. Shift forward, take that half step. Your choice here. We're not staying for very long this time, so maybe reach the arms forward, push yourself, and then exhale, fingertips down towards blocks or the floor, standing splits. This is actually one of the poses that I have a hard time with in Sanskrit. It's Ekapada Urdhva Prasarita Padottanasana, which is just a mouthful and why you don't often hear me say it. One-legged, wide-legged forward fold. So hips stay square. For my body, if I open the hips up, I can find so much more length. Hips stay level. Again, you can reach back and try to feel that with your hand, that left hip is staying even with the right.
Keep drawing in through the low belly. Engage that right quadricep. Try to balance weight in the standing in your right foot. Maybe take your right hand to your right ankle. And if you have it, go ahead, you can begin to play with taking both hands to the right ankle. One more inhale here. Then exhale, reach back with the left foot, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, Vera 1. Exhale, fingers interlace, knuckles reach down. Exhale, Baddha Virabhadrasana, humble warrior. Inhale, release the fingers, lift the back heel, high lunge. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, Vera 3. You can take that small step forward. Transition, after you fix your drishti, keep the right foot flexed, hips level, fingers engaged. From here, exhale, palms down, standing splits, Ekapada Urdhva Prasarita Padottanasana. So your left leg is fully straight. Begin to press and almost lift the right hip a little bit. You want to keep the right foot flexed and active, and then begin to find the balance in your standing foot, okay? See that the left toes are facing forward. Draw up on the left quadricep, and think chest to thigh. Ooh. Take the left hand maybe to your left ankle. Maybe right fingertips will find right ankle too. Good. One more inhalation. And then exhale, reach back with the right foot, either down dog, child's pose, or step to plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Building on, inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, Vera 1. Exhale, fingers behind you. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold forward, Baddha Virabhadrasana, humble warrior. Inhale, release the fingers, lift the back heel, high lunge. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, Vera 3. Exhale, fingertips down, standing splits. From standing splits, we're going to reach back with the left foot, either heel to heel or that railroad track alignment, coming into Parsvottanasana, sometimes called pyramid pose. Okay, you may have blocks here if you have more restriction in your hamstrings, like I do. And just like we did with standing splits, I want you to notice if your left hip is drawing back too much. We want to wrap and turn that left hip down. Press through your right foot. So really ground down heavy through the base of the right big toe, the base of the heel, and use that grounding of the foot to draw the right hip back, left hip forward. Okay, that right leg is fully engaged, pressing down, hips are square. Stay here, or exhale, fold forward, chest to thighs. Parsvottanasana. Your hands can be on blocks. Fingertips can frame the foot. If you have a lot of openness here and you would like to go deeper, turn the fingertips behind you and begin to walk the fingertips towards the back end of your mat. Keep pressing the mat. How about you? This is one of the poses that I only do because I know it's good for me. It is not my favorite posture. We all have our favorites, and this one could be yours, and you're welcome. Take one more inhalation, and then set any blocks aside. Downward facing dog, please. Same set, second side. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, fingers interlace, knuckles reach down. Exhale, fold forward, humble warrior. Inhale, lift the back heel, arms rise.
high lunge. Exhale, hands to prayer. Find your drishti, Vira 3, press up. Keep the back leg engaged, pelvis square. Exhale, fingertips towards the floor, standing splits. And from standing splits, reach back with the right foot. Find your stance, either heel to heel or that slight railroad track, and then begin to press and find the grounding of the feet first, okay? So really intentionally press down through the base of your right big toe and the heel. Drag by pressing the foot forward, draw the left hip back, wrap the right hip forward. You can check to feel the evenness in your pelvis behind you. Use your blocks if you would like a little bit of extra support here. Low belly draws in, inhale. Exhale, chest to thighs, any amount. Parshvottanasana. Again, if the fingertips are easily reaching the floor and you would like to go deeper into this stretch, you have the space to turn the fingertips backwards and walk the fingertips towards the back edge of your mat. One more inhalation here, and then exhale. Set blocks to the side. Down dog, child's pose, or plank. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Good. Just one more step. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, fingers interlace. Inhale, chest lifts, knuckles reach down. Exhale, Baddha Virabhadrasana, humble warrior. Inhale, release the fingers, lift the back heel, high lunge. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, shift forward, Vira 3. Exhale, fingertips down towards the floor, standing splits. Inhale, reach back with the left foot, Parshvottanasana. And from Parshvottanasana, re-square through the hips for a quick check. And then as we keep, we're all in these hips facing forward postures, we're adding on revolved Trikonasana, Parvrita Trikonasana. So your hand will either come to a block to the inside of the right foot, or placing your hand heel in line with the back of your hand to the outside of your right foot. Now, just like we did with pyramid, you want to press strongly through your right leg, keep the right quadricep engaged, keep the right hip drawing back, keep the chest lengthening forward, and then extend the top arm up. A lot on outer hip. Check in with your back leg. Keep the left thigh engaged. And if you're lifting the gaze, do it in stages. So you come a little bit higher, find a new gaze point, shift your gaze until maybe your left eye will look at your right thumb. Exhale, release the top arm down, down dog, step it back. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot forward, back heel down. Inhale, reach the arms up, Vira 1. Exhale, release the fingers behind you. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, lift the back heel, high lunge. Exhale, hands to prayer. Prepare to shift forward, Vira 3. Take that half step or just step forward. Find your arm position. Exhale, fingertips to the mat, standing splits. Inhale, reach back with the right foot. Parshvottanasana, pyramid pose. Blocks your fingertips. Exhale, chest to thighs. And transitioning from here into Parvrita Trikonasana, revolved triangle. Your right hand will come either inside of the left foot. Take the back of your hand in line with your heel. Have your block nearby on any level, but pay attention to the alignment of your hand with your heel. Check to see that the legs are both active and working. Keep drawing the left hip back. Keep the right quadricep engaged. Your chest is growing really, really nice and long here. And then from there, when you're ready, extend the left fingertips up, and you can begin to play with shifting your gaze, your drishti, stage by stage, until maybe your right eye looks at your left thumb. And then exhale, slowly release. Your choice, vinyasa, down dog, child's pose. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. And then from down dog, take the knees down, sit back towards the heels, rest the forehead down, balasana. And as you stop to gather your breath, you can draw your attention towards your hips, towards your feet, towards your legs, and begin to allow your mind and your body to fully understand the relationship and the similarities in those asanas and how you can build them together and what their relationship is to one another. So that when you have a stronger Virabhadrasana 1, how does that translate to your Vira 3, to your pyramid? And they all interact and relate to one another. From here, slowly lift back, downward facing dog. And from down dog, get your palms flat and wide. And preparing to jump through to come to Navasana. Engage Mula Bandha. It's a Kegel for women, a contraction of the anus for men. Low belly draws in and up towards the back of the spine for Uddiyana Bandha. And as you exhale, look forward. Jump forward, swing the legs through. You come to Navasana here. You want to keep the head of the arm bones drawing back, so you're staying strong in your back body. Hip flexors are engaged to keep the legs lifted. You can keep the shins parallel with the floor. Maybe begin to take them a little bit straight. Gaze lifts. Smiles are always nice. Woo. And then exhale, just to release the legs slowly. Find yourself in Dandasana for staff pose. Okay. So roll the thighs slightly in. Head of the arm bones draw down and back, so you've got a nice strong, broad collarbone, palms by your side, feet flexed. Good. From here, I want you to bend your right knee, hug it in tight towards your chest, and we're going to come to Marichyasana A. Okay, and this is a nice seated posture here. Take your left hand by your left hip, reach your right arm up. On an exhale, I want you to reach forward as if you're going to grab your right big toe. But from here, turn your thumb down and begin to reach and wrap around your right leg, okay? So you might stay here. That left hand may reach behind you. Maybe those little hands can find each other. If they don't find each other, that's okay. You could just grab onto your shirt, onto your leg, use a belt to find the connection. So inhale here, keeping the bind if you have it, and then from there, any amount, exhale, fold forward. Keep drawing the low belly in. Keep pressing your left femur bone down to extend through that left leg. Good. One more inhalation. And then exhale, slowly rise up. Hands behind you. Lean back on the hands. Lift the feet up. Navasana, boat pose. Either straight legged or bent knees. Smiling helps. Head of the arm bones back. Work the thighs. Low belly draws in. And then exhale. Lower back down. And we'll take Marichyasana the second side. So extend the right leg out. Hug the left heel in close towards the hips. Right hand will come to the right side of your body. Inhale, left arm is going to reach up. Find length in the torso, and exhale, reach forward. Now, pretending that you're going to grab onto your toe, but don't. Give yourself a thumbs down. Wrap your left arm around that left knee. You can stay here or begin to reach around to find the bind. Keep pressing through the base of the left big toe. Keep drawing the low belly in, Marichiasana A. Stay here, or in an exhale, any amount, begin to fold your chest forward towards that right leg. Your right toes are continuing to reach up straight towards the ceiling. Right quads engaged, pressing down, femur bone down into that hamstring as you're folding right from the hips. Good. Nice. And then slowly release. Bend both knees. In. One more time, Navasana. Pick up one leg, pick up two. Head of the arm bones back. Bent knee, straight leg. Flex the feet, lift the gaze. Nice strong work here. And then exhale, come all the way onto your back, setting yourself up for bridge pose, please. And as you come into bridge pose, you should think about all the work that you did in those Virabhadrasana ones today, all the warrior ones. You have that back bending motion in the upper chest. So that's usually the part in your back bends that people have a harder time to access. But maybe today, just notice if you have a little bit more openness there after that work. So feet are about hip width distance apart. And as you're ready, take the curve out of the low back, let the back bend initiate from that tilt of your hip points up towards the bottom of the ribs. And from there, press into the feet, lift the hips. You can stay here or begin to roll the shoulders underneath you. You can keep the elbows pressing down, or you can interlace the fingers, roll the upper arm bones underneath you a little bit more. Keep the knees energizing towards each other. And notice if you can lift your thoracic chest just a little bit more. Take one more inhalation here. And then exhale, heart comes down first, hips come down last. Let the knees rest towards one another. Take your hands towards your belly. Notice the effects of the back bend, whatever those may be for you. Sometimes people describe them as having a very energizing effect. Others people can find them to be very soothing or calming. So we'll take one more round of back bends, and you have a choice here to either come to repeat bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana, or if you would like to come to Urdhva Dhanurasana, fingertips will be placed alongside the head. We will lift together, feet ready. Initiate the back bend by lifting the hip points up towards the bottom ribs and taking the curve out of the low back. On an inhale, lift up. Those of you coming into Urdhva Dhanurasana, press to the palms, press to the base of the big toes, engage the glutes, and be mindful that you're using your legs to help you, support you in your wheel pose. Good. So either in bridge or in wheel, draw your chest a little bit more through, and then exhale, elbows, let the heart come down, heels come down, and then hug the knees towards the chest, some small rocking side to side. Good. And from here, take the arms out to a T. Shift the hips slightly over to the right side of your mat, and then allow the knees to drop over to the left. Gaze to the right hand for a spinal twist. Jatara Parivartanasana, her revolved belly twist. Keep grounding down through the right shoulder. You may want to take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. And if you take that, feel a little bit of a press of the right hip away from you. Find a nice release through the spine. Release, hand from knee. Lift the knees back through center. Shift the hips over to the left edge of your mat first. And then as you exhale, knees to the right, gaze to the left. I'm always surprised that sometimes I get no pops or twists in my back, and sometimes I get just the one I need. Today it was just the one I needed. Maybe it was that way for you too, I hope so. Take one more inhalation here. And exhale, come through center. Take any final movements that you would like. And then from where you are, you may either close your practice in seated meditation, taking any comfortable seat that you would like, or you can take these final minutes to extend the legs fully out into Shavasana. Let the feet be as wide as the mat. Let your arms rest out away from your body, palm face up. Take a deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, allow the breath to sigh out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh the breath out through the mouth. Inhale. As you exhale, allow the breath to flow out quietly and softly. Find stillness. Allowing your body to feel the effects of your practice this morning. Balance of effort and ease. Balancing the work with the rest. Slowly allow your breath to begin to deepen. And allow a small movement to follow. We turn your head side to side. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. And take the wrists or the ankles in small circles. On your next inhale, reach the arms overhead. Take the full body stretch. And then keeping the eyes closed, use your hands to help yourself back up towards a comfortable seated position. And drawing your hands together in front of your heart. I invite you to seal your practice with one Om. Inhale for Om. Slowly bowing your head towards your fingertips. Always taking gratitude for yourself and for your practice. And for those you practiced with today, namaste. Stick around with you guys if you have any questions about anything.